So it's a time where everything seems to be going right, and yet some people seem not to be buying in. In our latest ESPN.com NFL Power Rankings, the Dallas Cowboys are considered to be the 8th best team, as you see on your screen. And it's noteworthy to me that they have to be just sort of added in at the bottom of the screen, because it means that people don't buy them to be all that high up on this list. And that includes some teams in there. You saw the Packers and all the rest of it. Booger, are you buying that? We're sitting here all week long talking about the Cowboys as a Super Bowl contender. What side of this are you buying, Booger?
Yeah, Greeny, you know, the Cowboys are a very good football team, and we came into the season saying that their offense was going to be outstanding. That offense has been really, really good. It's not the Dak Prescott throwing the ball 50 times a game. It's more of a balanced attack, running the football, play action, Dak making the explosive plays when he can, but the physicality at which they're playing on the offensive side of the football has been there. What we wanted to see was their defense, and you got to give a shout out because we crushed the Dallas Cowboy defense on this program. You got to give a shout out to Dan Quinn and the effort, the enthusiasm that the defense is playing with. And if that defense is going to play at this level, Greeny, where they get turnovers, where they stop the run, where they fly around, then they're going to be middle of the pack and above, which gives this team an opportunity to be into the postseason. And guys, as you all know, all we need is an opportunity to get in the dance. And if the Cowboys get in the dance playing this way, they can beat anybody. So yes, Greeny, they are a contender based on their defense and how well they played so far this year.
Tim, the praise for Dak Prescott has come from a lot of places this year, including the coach he faced last week, Matt Rule, talking about the things he's doing at the line of scrimmage that remind him of names like Drew Brees and Peyton Manning. I've been waiting all week to get one of my quarterbacks on here. What are your thoughts on that? What are you seeing from Dak beyond the play on the field?
Well, listen, I think Matt Rule's right. I mean, you look at so much of what Dallas does offensively is they let the quarterback get into the right play at the line of scrimmage. And it's such an advantage. Think about it. For a play caller, it kind of allows you to never be wrong. When you can put a bunch on the quarterback to do a good job pre-snap to get you into the look that you want to get into. And so, you know, that's not surprising to me, though. I think that, you know, if you look at Dak Prescott prior to the injury, you know, he was doing a lot of those same things. So, you know, the ankle injury wasn't going to change that. I think the bigger thing with Dak's play, you know, in that offense's play is just look at this last week and his willingness to carry the football and look good doing it. To me, that was the one thing that you weren't sure was going to come back. You know, Dak's command and wisdom at the line of scrimmage wasn't going to disappear.
And Dominique, how about you?
No, yeah, I think that is the reason. I like what Jerry said about Ezekiel putting in the work of the offseason, but let's be honest, the running attack is successful because Dak is making those decisions at the line of scrimmage. The Cowboys lead the league in rushing yards against a light box. So when he sees a light box, he's converting them to a running play, and Zeke and that offensive line are getting an advantage. So I really like what they're doing. Obviously, we all know how much I love Cousin Dak, the way that he's throwing the ball, but the way that he's thinking through the game, I think we get a lot of credit to Kellen Moore, which he deserves it, but you see that play right there? That's him changing the play. And as far as the defense is concerned, we talked about Dan Quinn getting them to run to the ball and play aggressively. A lot of times when you do that, the mistakes, they don't become a problem. That Stephon Diggs interception, or not, excuse me, the Trayvon Diggs interception that we saw, he was supposed to be in deep half, cover 2. He made a mistake, but for some reason, I don't know the science behind it, but the football gods love when you play hard, and they'll throw the ball at you when you do so.
One very small thing, and Shefty mentioned it here, the Cowboys overnight in what could be described, I think by many, as a very surprising move, releasing linebacker Jaylon Smith out of the second-round pick out of Notre Dame, who sort of had emerged, I think, as a star after coming back from the bad injury. They're paying him $7.2 million basically to go away. What do you make of that?
I think that we all accepted when they drafted Micah Parsons that Jaylon Smith wasn't going to be a part of the long-term plan, but we thought he was going to be a part of the short-term because when Lawrence got hurt, Micah moves up to D-line for part of that, and then Jaylon comes in. I'm watching him play. He's running around looking as good as he has ever looked, so it's just a shock. It suggests to me that there's something more that we don't quite know yet.
That's what it sounds like. You don't pay a guy to go away who is contributing in any way unless there's something more than meets the eye. Booger, what is your reaction to that?
So to me, Greeny, there are two things at play. One, you got to attribute the play of Michael Parsons and how good he has been as far as being a multiple chess piece to move around the board. And Dominique is right. When you release a player, regardless of the money that's playing well, there's usually something more. So I wouldn't be surprised if in the coming days something comes out maybe about Jaylon Smith's attitude, something going on, because now Michael Parsons playing well allows you to rid the locker room of a guy whose attitude may not be playing into the team concept. So I would expect something like that to come out. Aside from that, Greeny, why else would you let a guy like that go, especially with the injury history of Leighton Vander Esch? Other than that, it really doesn't make much sense at all.
I completely agree. If you sit back and think about it, they've basically treated him like his value was zero, which it clearly isn't. So they obviously came to the conclusion, for some reason, they are just better without him there. Maybe we'll find out at some point soon what the thinking was. In the meantime, Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.